What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with another J-drama score reaction. And this comes from one where I don't actually have the soundtrack CD. It's a show from 2012, and I realize I actually have the full soundtrack. I thought going back a couple years when I did a reaction to a handful of tunes from the soundtrack that I had only possessed those tunes, but wherever I got the soundtrack online, I apparently downloaded all of it because it has like 20 something tunes in the folder. So I'm very happy to remember / learn that. And we're going to listen to a tune called Inner Battle. Now the soundtrack is done by Fukuhiro Shuichiro, who I don't remember seeing as the composer of any other J-drama score that I'm familiar with, which is to say there are some composers like Kimura Hideakura, for example, who I have multiple show soundtracks from and who I've become familiar with multiple instances of their work, but not in this case. In any case, we're going to listen to Inner Battle, which obviously speaks to an internal struggle. The show it's many things. It's very sci-fi. It is also a romance story. There's a lot of thriller, suspense. You don't quite know the way the story's going to turn, and there are unexpected plot developments and reveals that really change what you think was happening. So it combines some different genres, like many J-dramas do. And this tune in particular is used when there's some mystery, some confusion as to what is happening among the main characters. And of course, among the main characters, the allegiances or the roles that are being played are not fully understood by other members of the main cast. And within an individual's own trajectory, including for the main character Arata, the other main character Yuno, and some of those immediately surrounding those two, there are multiple points where they're second-guessing what they thought or what they thought they understood about everything that's happening, and I think this tune plays notably in a couple scenes of that type. So let's give it a listen. This is called Inner Battle by Fukuhiro Shuichiro, and it's from the 2012 show Future Diary Another World, though Mirai Nikki is the original phrasing in Japanese, which means Future Diary. lovely little tune. It obviously has some different elements, though that mysterious piano lead, it really does have a sense of mystery and uncertainty. That's definitely the driving layer of the tune, but we do get some deeper bass pads and some percussion that keeps the energy going, violin or string of some kind, I'm assuming violin, that gives it some emotional depth. But yes, I really do think the tune is not only beautiful sonically, but I think it fits, as I said, the uncertainty, the evolving understanding, and the perhaps suspicion of the main characters in regard to everything that's taking place, but even other members of an inner circle, which there are certainly some people who have conflicts from the very first time they're interacting, but there's also people who have either friendships or even more than that, but who still don't know exactly what other people's motivations or backgrounds are. So I think there's a bit of that uncertainty and suspicion on a personal level embedded within the tune. So yeah, a top track. As I said, I'm happy to discover once again that I do in fact have the full soundtrack, even if it's not from a CD the way most of my J-drama soundtracks are. So we'll go through more of it. Do let me know what you think, and we'll see you next time. Peace.